lesson today is on Power Talk. I want to talk to you about effective communication, how to motivate and influence others. We're going to get into some little detailed things. I'm going to give you some secrets that you can take with you today that are going to give you the advantage. And that's a good thing, right? You should have the advantage in this world. I want you to have that. My goal today is to give you some things that I didn't have when I was sitting in the chair you're sitting in. And if I would have gotten to where I'm at today much quicker. So that's what I want to talk about, Power Talk. Now, would you agree to be an effective communicator, you need to be a good listener? Everybody agree with that?
Yeah.
So is everyone in this room a good listener?
What I want to.
Okay, so let's say in theory we want to today. So we're all going to be a good listener, right? So let's see if you can follow instructions together. When I say go, I want you to say the word spot. Spot. 5 times in a row. Can you do that? Ready, set, go!
Spot, 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 spot.
What do you do at a green light?
Go.
Oh, crap.
Is it good? This class is good? That's good? Okay, here we go. Now, can we spell? Can everyone spell? All right, let's test this theory out. Tell me what these words spell. C-O-A-S-T.
Close.
C-O-A-S-T. R-O-A-S-T.
Rose.
What do you put in a toaster?
Red.
Very good. Bread. How does that taste? You don't want to know. So, why does that happen? Because we're so focused on our answer that we're not really listening sometimes. We're so focused to get that answer right, to say it first, that sometimes we don't really listen. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. I'm going to get into some effective listening skills, and I'm going to get into the 7 motivators that people are using on you to motivate and influence you that you can use going forward, that the politicians are using. And I want to talk about some of this stuff because it's important. Let me tell you a true story. One of the people that I trained under, his name is Les Brown. Anybody ever hear of him?
No.
Les Brown is one of the top 5 highest paid motivational speakers in the world. He's great. He's phenomenal. You would love him. Okay? Les Brown was born in Miami, Florida. He was born in a vacant apartment building. In a vacant apartment. His mother abandoned him and his twin brother. She left him on the floor. He was found by a social worker who took him in and adopted by a 40-year-old lady named Mamie Brown, who was not married and had no kids of her own. She raised Les Brown. He went to school in Miami, Florida, Liberty City. Liberty City is one of the toughest towns there is. And he went to school, they told Les Brown, they said, Les, you're stupid. You're mentally retarded. You're uneducable. So Les got conditioned to believe that. So Les got F after F after F, and they just moved him through the school anyway. And then he got into Mr. Washington's class. When he was in Mr. Washington's class, he went in there and did what he usually did. F, F, F. And Mr. Washington said, Brown, what are you doing? That's unacceptable. You need to pass this class. I'm not moving you along. He said, oh, Mr. Washington, oh, you don't understand. You understand? I'm uneducable. I'm mentally retarded. I'm a loser. I'm a loser, Mr. Washington. He said, Brown, don't you ever allow anyone to define you. You can get an education. You're not retarded, and you're not a loser. So don't make excuses. Start hitting the books. Excuses don't win ball games. Results do. So Brown, start winning some ball games. So Les stepped up to the plate, got his high school degree, high school diploma, got through school, got in. Mr. Washington said, Brown, what do you want to do now? He says, I want to be on the radio. I want to be a disc jockey on the radio. He said, Brown, go down to that radio station and apply for a job. He said, Mr. Washington, I can't. I don't have any experience. He said, I don't care. Go down there and apply for the job. So Les marches down there and applies for the job. Mr. Watson, the radio station owner, looks at him and says, son, you don't have any experience. He said, I know I don't, but I want a job here. I'll work real hard for you. He says, get out. I'm not hiring you. So Brown left, he went back, Mr. Washington said, go back tomorrow. So he went back the next day, same result. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting a different result. But Les wasn't insane. He was going to get a different result. Kept going back. Finally, after 3 weeks, the guy goes, I can't take it anymore. You're hired. Sweep the floors and empty the garbage. That's all you're going to do here. Works there 2 years. Actually, they started letting him go to the airport, picking up band members and bringing them back to do interviews and stuff. So finally, 2 years goes by. It's a Sunday afternoon, and the afternoon DJ sitting there. His name was Leroy Thomas. And Leroy's sitting there, and Leroy liked to drink booze when he did his DJing. And he's drinking real hard this day. Drinking so hard he passed out at the microphone. So Les sees him. He's like, oh my goodness gracious. So he calls the radio station owner, before there were cell phones. Mr. Watson, Leroy's passed out at the mic. What should I do? Says, Brown, can you spin records? Says, yes, sir, I can. You spin those records, but don't you get on that radio. Just keep spinning them. I'm on my way there. About an hour's drive. I'm on the way there, Brown. Says, yes, sir, I got it. Said, Brown, don't you get on that radio. You understand me? Don't you do it. No, I won't, sir. I won't. Just keep spinning them. I said, I will. Said, I'll be there within an hour. Hangs up the phone. Waits about 2 seconds. Picks the phone up. Dials up his mother. Miss Mamie Brown. Said, Miss Mamie Brown! She said, yes. Your baby boy, Mr. Les Brown, is coming out! Turn your radio on, because you're going to hear my show! Here I come, downtown Les Brown! Got on there and started talking. And you know, the owner was mad driving there, but by the time he got there, he liked him. He saw he was great. He went on to become the #1 DJ in Miami, got hired away by a radio station in Detroit, which was a bigger market, went on to go into the state legislature, then went on to Chicago. He's done PBS specials. He had his own show on PBS. He's one of the 5 highest paid public speakers in the world. He's a multi-millionaire. So my message to you is, don't let other people define you. You can be anything and everything you want in this world. And if you're going to let other people define you, only surround yourself with the most positive, greatest people in the world. Because if you surround yourself with anybody else and you allow them to define you, they will pull you right down, and they'll do it every single time. Because you can be anything you want to be. And this stuff we're going to talk about today will help you. Effective communication. Take just a second to come up. Now, there's 2 types of communication. There's expressive communication. Let me ask someone, what did you do this week? What did you do this weekend? Halloween. Halloween party. Great. How'd that go?
Good.
Cool. Now, we won't go into details, but expressive communication is experience, thoughts, and perceptions, right? You don't really have to think to tell me that. You know what you did. You just start to flow out, right? That's the most common form of communication. That's good. I'm not saying that's bad. What I want to talk to you about today